Hey everyone, we're the other Sudoku group, and we're just going to do a little presentation to show you what we've come up with these past couple weeks. To start out with, we're going to talk. I'm going to talk about the if-else loop, if-else statement. I mean, so right here we have what we have our interface. So this is what's controlling um, placement of pieces, placement numbers within the Sudoku board. So we have a if q equals command. So that means if someone puts a q in for a command, that's going to bring out the exit menu. We have a nested if. So, and this is just exit.intake. So this, I think this is just an error. It's just sending out an error, making sure an error doesn't happen. And then we have an else statement, and this just says that if they don't put q, then continue displaying the grid. Um, and we have other if statements, so if someone places a number in the command, then that's going to pop out. If it isn't a number between 0 and 8, then it's going to say it's an invalid value, and so on. And we keep doing that, and that's what all these if statements are doing. Next, we have a switch statement. This is the new game menu. So we have a menu that pops up that gives you the choice of E, M, or H. And whatever you put in right here is going to equal the command. So when you put an E in, it's going to pull out the easy game board. If you put an M in, it's going to pull out the medium game board. If you put an H in, it's going to take out the hard one. Now, we don't have any functioning if, else, if ladders, but I made the same switch command as an if, else, if ladder. So it's essentially saying the same thing. If command equals E, then this statement will happen. If else if, this will happen. We use switch because it's easier and it's taken in the same variable, which is command. So we don't really need to use the if else if ladder. And so I'm going to throw it on over to Danny to discuss what he wants to show.
So I'm going to demonstrate the while loop. The while loop basically runs until whatever it got in here becomes false. So in this case, in our interface class, this while loop will run until the board is completely full. The do while loop runs once and then checks, and will run again if this is true. This we see in our exit menu view class. And then turning the time over to Jeff, who will explain for loops.
Okay, in our board class, we used a nested for loop to check the board to see if it has been completed. And in a for loop, it's right here. You initialize an iteration variable, and then you set how many times you want this loop to repeat, and then you increment the variable, and then so for this one, it would run through this loop until I was equal to 9, and just check each part of the array that holds the grid that the player is using, and then the solution of the board. And it'll run through that until it goes through every element of the array. And then I guess we'll go to Scott.
Okay, and so I'm going to talk about the our best times array and the for each loop that we have in there. So if we go into let's see if I can find it real quick here. It was control, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. So here in our best times control, we have the we have our array of best times that we've manually plugged in here at this point. So then we have the array, and then we have down here the for each loop that will grabs each time from the array and basically prints it out to the screen to put them in the correct order. And so that's pretty much all that we have there. And let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And so I don't know, do we want to go ahead and run it in an example, see how everything works?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's do this. Here, I'll throw it back over to you, TJ. Can you do that?
Yeah, I could do that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hit run. Let's enlarge this a little bit. So right here we have our main menu. I'm going to go ahead and just to show you how the best times works. That's the array, what was inside the array, and it just printed it. Did a for each, and it printed everything out. So we'll go ahead and return to the return menu. We got new game. And this is the switch statement that I showed, and we're going to head and press E, and that's going to pull up our new board. And this is the if statement. So if I put a number between 0 and 1 and 9, actually, I misinformed you guys earlier. Sorry about that. So we'll put column 6, row 1, and we're going to put a 7 right there. And as you can see, a 7 popped up. Now, one of the nested if statements was that if we hit Q, then it's going to take us to an exit menu. So I'm going to go ahead and put Q in, and it takes us to an exit menu. And once we hit exit, it takes us to the main menu where we can, and well, it should let us quit. There it goes. And that is our game. And we'll get that fixed soon.
Beta testing in progress.
Yep. Right before your eyes, everyone.
All right, and I guess that's the progress of our game at this point. So we'll go ahead and end it there, and hopefully the next time you'll see the finished product. All right, thanks, everybody.